Like King David, Israel's king, Solomon loved God very much. Even after many years, a temple for God had not been rebuilt in Israel. So, the people worshiped God at a high place with an altar. One day, King Solomon went to Gibeon to worship God. There was a big high place there. At the altar, King Solomon offered 1,000 burnt offerings. God was pleased with Solomon's offering. One day, God came to King Solomon in a dream.
Solomon, ask for whatever you want me to give you.
Give me wisdom and knowledge so that I may lead the people.
God was pleased with Solomon's response.
Since this is your heart's desire, and you have not asked for wealth or long life, but for wisdom and knowledge shall be given to you. There has been no king like you, and there will never be another king like you.
Solomon resolved many problems of the people. One day, 2 women holding one baby came to King Solomon.
We live in the same house, but one night, that woman's child suddenly died.
The women sobbed and began speaking again.
Then while I was sleeping, she switched her dead child with my baby. Please, let me have my baby back.
This time, the second woman, who had been listening, spoke.
That is not true. Everything that woman has said is a lie. That woman rolled over on top of her own baby and killed him. Then she tried to take my baby because she was jealous of me and my living baby.
The 2 women argued that the baby was her own. Solomon took some time to think, and then, with the wisdom of God, he came to a surprising decision.
Someone bring me a sword.
Here you are, my lord.
The servant brought King Solomon a sword as quickly as possible. Solomon instructed the servant.
Take the sword and cut that baby in half. Give one half to that woman and the other half to the other woman.
Everyone was surprised. Then, one of the women started sobbing.
Please, don't kill my baby. Just give him to her.
But the other woman rolled her eyes and said,
Go ahead and cut him in half. Then neither of us will have the baby.
After a while, the wise King Solomon came to a decision.
Give the baby to the woman who asked for the baby to be kept alive. She is his real mother.
And so, the baby was placed in the arms of his real mother. Everyone was amazed by King Solomon's wisdom. In this way, King Solomon was able to judge rightly, using the wisdom of God. Thanks to King Solomon's wise governance of the people, Israel was peaceful. The news of Israel's peace reached its neighboring countries, and many were jealous of King Solomon's wisdom. And so, many people came to meet King Solomon. Even the Queen of Sheba came to visit Solomon with camels laden with gold, silver, jewels, and spices. The Queen of Sheba, who had traveled far to visit King Solomon in search for wisdom, asked him,
What do you think is the most important thing in this world?
Solomon responded without any hesitation.
The most important thing in this world is wisdom.
The Queen of Sheba continued to ask questions, and King Solomon answered every single one, no matter how difficult. The queen was amazed at Solomon's wisdom and praised the Lord who had given him such wisdom. Then she gave King Solomon the gifts she had brought with her. This time, King Solomon resolved to build God's temple. He brought over some good wood from Lebanon. He had the people refine the stones and wood, and so the Israelites devoted 7 years to building God's temple. And when it was finally built, King Solomon and the Israelites gathered in it to worship God.
Oh Lord, we thank you for your grace. We praise you, Lord.
And King Solomon prayed to God like this:
Lord, the God of Israel, there is no God like you in heaven above or on earth below. Give attention to your servant's prayer. hear the cry and the prayer of your servant and your people. May your eyes be open towards his temple night and day. And if anyone wrongs anyone else and prays to you in this place, hear from heaven and forgive the sins of your servant, your people Israel.
King Solomon lifted his 2 hands up to the heavens and blessed the people of Israel.